Nikke is the greatest gacha game to ever exist. I woke up this morning and I genuinely cried. I actually had tears coming out my eyes because what I read this morning from their recent developer note shows me that no matter what happens with Nikke, no matter what issue we get in this game, we have nothing to worry about, because eventually if we open our mouth and speak up about it, they are going to listen and do something about it. Essentially, we got a lot of new great, honest to God, beautiful features coming to Nikke within the next few, updates and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna read throughout this developer note like I usually do. I'm actually just gonna break it down and make it simplified. I'm only gonna put out the important parts, because sometimes a lot of this, like the dev notes, are not important, but this has a lot of important stuff. So let's talk about it. So these are all the updates to come in September. Tribe Tower is getting an auto feature. What this means is that you are going to be able to set up a team and click auto on Tribe Tower that will automatically keep going to the next stage and clear and clear and clear and clear the next Tribe Tower until you end up getting to a stage where your team is unable to fight. Beautiful. So now you guys, especially if you're a new player, this is godlike for you, because you can go to sleep, leave your computer and your phone on, and just have auto tower and probably wake up to a lot of gems, right? You could probably wake up to thousands of gems, right? And especially for a lot of the whales or some of the players who just can't be have to click and click and click and move on to the next stage. Like, to be honest, I could keep moving on in Tribe Tower, but I just don't like the hassle of having to click and click and click and click and click. Like, Nikke is one of the only few games where they have a tower feature, and I can't auto it. So now that they have this feature, I am beyond happy. Thank you, Nikke. Now this next one for me is beautiful, because as you guys know, throughout all of the CN drama, there was one thing that I said I wanted the absolute most. I want you guys to know the CN version came out at the end of May. We are at the start of July, which means it took them about a month, a little over a month, to really do something about this issue. And people stopped complaining about the CN version, mind you. People complained when CN first came out. For like a good 3 weeks, I have 6 up. For a good 3 weeks, people were quiet, and they still fixed it up. Let's get into it. Nikke level/synchro device convenient feature expansion. Increase the basic synchro slots from 5 to 25. So I'm assuming instead of like starting off with 25, you're now going to start off with 25 open slots, which I assume means that everybody's getting 20 plus more slots. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when that actually happens. But if you start the game today, you have access to 25 free slots. Now this next one is what I've wanted. The removal of the cooldown period when a Nikke is removed from the slot. I no longer am spending 500 gems. I am going to remove characters that I've yet to use. I have never in my life used Signal. I'm going to remove a character, put in the brand new character so I can now do showcases, right? If I'm doing a randomizer, I'm going to take out a character that I never used, put a new character in the slot for the sake of a video, and then if I need to switch, I'm going to do that. I am not spending another gem on my slot until all my slots consist of characters that I always use, which is impossible because I have over God knows how many slots I have. I think I have like 100 something. New automatic Nikke placement feature. Now for a lot of old players, this is not going to matter, but for new players, basically if you want to just go ahead and auto put all your your Nikkes in your slots, you can now do that with a click of a button. Availability of batch upgrades when lower than level 200. This game is too good. Automatic use for consumable items and materials for synchro levels are insufficient. Wow. And free Nikke level reset, which I don't really care for, but if you want to reset your characters for free, a lot of you guys, oh my God, in Account Wars, a lot of you guys have random characters leveled up. Go ahead and reset that for free. Just go ahead and reset that for free. Go get your materials back. A lot of you guys have characters leveled up on your account. Get your materials back and put that into your new characters. It's as simple as that. Now this one is godlike. Weapon tutorial improvements. Essentially, they're going to be adding a feature that explains more of what you're getting from a weapon type of said Nikke, so that you can understand the game better, right? Rather than having to like do those random figuring out while you're in, you know, shooting range or watching a YouTuber's video of like, you know, someone who's been playing for hours and then cooks up and figures out something different between this character and this character. Nikke is going to fix all of that, and just you just press a button. You press a button now, and it's going to tell you exactly what this character does with this weapon compared to what this character does with this weapon. It's beautiful. Now, a lot of you guys are happy about this one, and I am too. New type modes. Essentially, they are going to be adding type modes, guaranteed recruitment of SSR Nikkes. And this is from the Tribe Tower. If you guys don't know, CN had a mode where essentially you would either get a SSR character, and if you didn't get the SSR character, you would get a new mode that will essentially eventually guarantee you a, you know, SSR character. Now, for all the other towers, I don't really think it matters, but for the Pilgrim Tower, what this means now is that you are no longer wasting your time getting an SR or R character. You are either going to get a Pilgrim, or you are going to get a mode that will eventually guarantee you a Pilgrim. Like I said in my video, I don't know when I made it, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that, I would change every single R and SR character that I've ever gotten for these guaranteed modes, because then I would have guaranteed at least had 2-3 free Pilgrims off of that. That's how bad the Pilgrim modes were before, with how many times I was getting Rs and SRs. So this right here is the best thing they could have ever added for all players. And now they're adding a lot of mini features, which like I didn't even think people asked for or anything like that, but we'll take it for free, right? Let me just wrap it through them. They're including a consumable lock feature where you're now allowed to lock items so you don't accidentally use them, which I think is very good. They're adding mark your favorite Nikke. So now whatever character that you want to upgrade on or work on, you can favorite them and lock them, and they will shoot up to the top of your Nikke list, so you don't have to go looking down for them, because Nikke has a lot of characters, right? Sometimes I can't even find characters, right? So you can simply shoot up and then boom, click them at the very top if you mark them and you know you're working on that said character. I really do like that feature. New story difficulty in campaign, and they're just basically saying that it's a difficult option designed for players who want to enjoy the story in a more relaxed battle environment. Hey, I like it. Why not? They're adding a story order guide, which is just going to guide players on, you know, where to go from the story to side stories to events, all the extra stuff, to just making it more better for players and stuff like that. They're adding a batch feature for limit break and core enhancements. Essentially, you're just going to be able to like limit break or core every single character all at once, rather than having to do it one by one. So let's say I have 4 dupes of like litter, I can just feed all 4 dupes rather than having to do 1 dupe, okay, 2 dupes, okay, 3 dupes. I can just do all 4 at once. So I really do like that feature. And then they're adding a Nikke expression list that, you know, in the UI, you're just going to be able to see different, you know, expressions of all the characters. I don't know if you're going to be able to set them up like that, but it does say you are going to be able to view different expressions of characters in, you know, the Nikke detailed menu. So we'll see what that's looking like right there. So I'm not sure when this video is going to come out, if it's going to come out before the live stream or after the live stream for the summer event, but we now know that the next event is going to be called Utopia. And we have 100% confirmation that Anne Miracle Fairy, which is the only limited character I do not have, Rupee Winter Shopper, Mary Bay Goddess, Neon Blue Ocean, Anise Sparkling Summer, and Helm Aquamarine are coming this September. So we have 100% confirmation that in September, these 6, 7, 8 characters, I think it's 8. I think it's 7, it's 6. I can't count. It's 6 characters. Oh my God. These 6 characters are going to be rerunning. So if you don't have any of these characters and you want them, this is going to be your chance to get them. And it's not going to be your only chance, right? They're probably going to rerun them sometime next year or the year after. But again, Anne is the only character that I don't have. Anne is the only limited character I do not have. I need her. So I am going to be ready this time because she had 2 opportunities. The first time she came and the second time she reran, and both times I missed out on it. So this is my 3rd chance for this character and I'm not going to miss out on that. So Anne, you will be getting picked up this September. Now for these next updates, I'm not sure how much players are actually going to care about it, but they are adding a Hall of Fame solo raid mode called Museum, where essentially they are going to add a challenge mode where it recreates challenge modes of past solo raid bosses, and you're going to be able to fight them to see, like, I guess who's the best or whatever. They also are going to add a no limit mode for the challenge mode. So, you know, we're going to see how high you guys can get, I guess, with your teams and your powers or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't really care for that, to be honest, but if you do, it's there for you. We do know that chapter 39 and 40 were supposed to, you know, come out this month, but they did push it back to August. They're going to be adding a feature that allows you to view the ownership status of manufacturing equipment that can be obtained from anomaly interception, because I guess they've noticed that most players are fighting only one boss every single day. They probably noticed me. I'm only ever fighting Kraken. I'm not fighting anything else, just because it's like I'm working on my said characters right now that already have their gear, so I don't need to fight anything else but Kraken. You guys probably seen the full text on the screen. Somebody can make that make sense in the comments down below. I really don't understand what that one means. And they are adding simulation room improvements for the chain levels. Obviously simulation room is very easy for almost everybody, so I'm not sure how much that's going to matter, but you know, if it does matter for you, then it matters for you. But for me, regardless if they increase the buff chain or not, it doesn't change the fact that I'm still gonna smoke simulation room. The power level is just too low for me and my, you know, time in Nikke. So realistically, that's all the stuff from the dev notes that, you know, actually contain information. A lot of the other stuff is just them talking about, like, you know, how they feel about players, or, you know, basically like them just kind of feeling guilty that they were gonna go do this for CN and not give it to global. And this is why I'm so happy that I am with Nikke, because their development team listens, right? Again, it's been little over a month, and for a good like few weeks, players have been quiet about the CN stuff. Hey, in the back rooms or something, the development team has been cooking up this amazing update to come to global. So I am really happy about all the stuff we've gotten. Hope you guys are as well. It's your boy Zxous. Let me know what you guys. Oh, I just hit you guys. I'm sorry. I just hit you guys 2 times. It's your boy Zxous. Subscribe and like. I'm out. Peace.